AITA for keeping my brother's life insurance. I, 40M, lost my brother, 42MJ, in a car accident a few months ago. Growing up, he was the golden child. He got a full ride to a prestigious college while I had to pay my own way and eventually drop out. He went on to grad school, but I got married and settled down with my wife, 42F, Brittany, early on. We have had financial struggles which caused us to not be able to start a family. We live paycheck to paycheck in a one-bedroom apartment. Jay always made good money, but wasn't lucky in love. He was very picky, and while he had some longer 1 to 2 year relationships, he was looking for perfection before getting married. He finally married his wife, 40F, Mary, in 2019. She also made good money, like Jay. She also had 2 children from a previous relationship, now 18 and 19. One is in college, and the other will be starting next year. She and Jay also had twin girls about a year ago. Mary and Jay both worked and have a nanny they share with a neighbor for their girls. When they got pregnant, she sold her house where they were living, and he sold his condo that he had been renting out, and they bought a larger family home together. All this to say money is not a problem for them. Like I said, Jay passed away recently in a car accident, and Mary found out that I was the beneficiary of his 401k and life insurance policy through his employer. The life insurance is $150k, but the 401k is much more substantial. He set it up that way years ago before Mary was in the picture and never changed it. Mary begged me to give her a portion of the money, but I said no. She inherited his part of their house and their joint savings account, which is about $50k. She said that she paid for his funeral, and to make it work on her income alone, she will have to sell the house, give up the nanny, put the girls in daycare, and won't be able to help her older kids with college the way they planned. I told her it's not my fault. If he wanted to change the beneficiary, he should have done that. But he didn't, so now the money is mine. My wife and I plan to use the money to buy a home and finally start a family. She says her husband's money should go to his children, but she doesn't see that me using the money to have my own children is more important. Our parents think I'm in a hole because the money should go to his kids. I offered to take $50k and put it in trust for the girls' education. But they said Mary needs the money now. They said the life insurance would pay off their mortgage and the boys' college and put money away for the girls' future, and her income would cover the rest so they wouldn't have to move. But what about my family? Story 2. ATA for making an insurance claim against someone just trying to help me? I take my dogs for a run every afternoon to some fields about a 10-minute drive from my home. I load them up in the canopy in the back of my AITA and pop the one window of canopy into the open position so my dogs can look at things and get some fresh air. The gas struts of the window have failed, meaning the window no longer supports itself while open and drops down, so I wrap a strap around the inner strut to act as support so the window doesn't drop down and close while going over bumps. I did the same thing that afternoon, but after getting home and dropping the dogs off, I needed to pop into the shops. Problem was I forgot that I had left the canopy window open while driving to the shops. On my way there, some bloke got out of his car at a set of traffic lights and runs over to my truck and attempts to close the canopy window down for me. But because I braced it so well, he had to put extra force into trying to close it. I watched this all unfold in the mirror. It happened extremely fast, so I had no opportunity to tell him to stop. He put so much force into trying to close it for me that he completely shattered the window. The light went green, so we pulled over on the other side of the intersection. I got his details from him. He's 20 years old, driving an old 4-wheel drive. Really nice kid. But am I the asshole for making an insurance claim to have the canopy replaced? It was an older canopy, so they could not make repairs. I do feel bad that he was only trying to help out, but in the same breath I was left with problem I never created. Should I have copped it on the chin? I left the window open mistakenly. He was just trying to be a good Samaritan and was extremely apologetic about it. He actually went back and cleaned glass off the road with a broom. He also cut his feet on the glass. Edit. Some people saying I'm taking advantage of the situation, which is not true. I asked insurance to repair the old canopy. The manufacturer came back and said it can't be replaced because the model was no longer supported and had been superseded, so the whole canopy must be replaced under the insurance claim.